Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles. This is today's hard level difficulty puzzle and it's called The Taste of Entropy by Mad Tyus. And here are the rules. Normal Sudoku, fill every row, every column, and every marked 3x3 box with the digits 1 through 9. Sandwich, a clue outside the grid gives the sum of the digits sandwiched between the digits 1 and 9 in this row or column. So for example, say this was a 1 and this was a 9, or say this was a 9. Then these four digits would have to add up to 24. And say there was also a 9 here. These four digits would add up to 24. These three digits would add up to 15. And that's what a sandwich clue is. Entropy. Each 2x2 box in the grid has to contain a low digit, a middle digit, so a low digit, 1, 2, or 3, a middle digit, 4, 5, and 6, and a high digit, 7, 8, or 9. Excuse me. So in every 2x2 box, there has to be one low, at least one low, at least one medium, and at least one high digit. And there's one extra, basically. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. But now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so the easy one that we see is this has to be... So without the 1 and a 9, the other 7 digits in Sudoku add up to 35. So we know the 1 and the 9 are here. So none of these can be... Okay, oh, this is going to be rough because we have to have different type of colorings. Maybe we can have... So it's here and here are specific... Okay, well, let's make it circles. So those are the two correct ones. This one cannot be... So 24, to add up to 24, without a 9, you need at least 4 digits, right? So you can have 6, 7, 8 plus 3 at least. So none of these can be the 1 or 9. None of these can be the 1 or 9. You have to have 4 digits. So it has to be this one. So none of those could be the 9. None of those could be the 9. You have to have 4 digits to add up to 24. So it can't be this because this would only be 2. That would be 2. If it's here, this is 3, but that's not possible, so it has to be 4. This is all... Oh, this is the same. So this is also... oops. So we know... Let's just keep doing the coloring for now, and then once we actually transition to the entropy part, we'll start switching it up. So we know these can't... No, we don't know about that. This can't have a 1 through 9. This can't have a 1 through 9. This can't have a 1 through 9, and this can't have a 1 through 9. Neither can this, neither can this, right? 31. I think... Yeah, you have to have 6 digits in between a sandwich. Without a 1 and a 9, you can only remove a 3. No, a 4. Yes, a 4. And then that adds up to 31. Therefore, this is a 4. We know that's a 4 because that cannot be a 1 or a 9. This has to be a 1 or a 9, and this has to be a 1 or a 9. So this cannot be 1 or 9. Okay. Because of the 31. We've got the 21. We have the 8. Okay, so this could be... Okay, so this can't be... You can't have it consecutive. Um, can this be a 1 or a 9? You would have 3 digits that add up to 8, but you don't have a 1 possible. So this one cannot be a 1 or a 9 either. So the possible 1 or 9s are here and here. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So that could be. Hmm. We also have 18. We need 3 digits to add up to 18, and a maximum can add up 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus. Uh, no, 2 plus 3 plus 5. 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 14, but 6 adds up to 20. So it's either 4 or 3. It cannot be 2. That doesn't help us much, though. We don't know where the actual one of the 1 or 9s is. Then we have this. So, okay, so this one's taken care of. This one's taken care of. This one's taken care of. This one's kind of taken care of. This one's taken care of. This one's taken care of. And this one's taken care of. So we have the 15 clue, we have the 18 clue, and we kind of have the 8 clue. Okay, so let's transition. Well, okay, we can keep those dark red, grays. Let's transition this to circles. So we know that it has to be one of those. 18 has to be at least 3, but at most 4. And then we have entropy. So this is a medium digit. This is a high or a low. We don't know. Yeah, actually, every one of these is a high or a low. We don't know which, though. We know this is a 4. So 24. So this adds up to 11. This adds up to 11, right? Because 1 and 9 add up to 10. This is 24 in between here. So it must add up to 11, which means 236 or 245, right? If you don't have an 11, sorry, if you don't have a 1, yeah. So both of these add up to 11. If you don't have a 1, it can only be 236, which is unique, or 245. So this is 236 or 245, and we know that the 2 is there. So we know this has a 2, this has a 2. Okay. This is 3 through 8. Obvious. So this is 1 or 9. 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 Okay, yeah, we don't have to have the red circle there. Right? Okay, so this is 3 through 8. This is 2 through 8. 2 through 8. This is 2 through 8. This is 2, 3, no, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is also 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this is also 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is in between. We know that for certain. That doesn't really help us much, though. Um, So this is 2. This is 2. Hmm. I think it's something to do with this column, would be my guess. This seems too open ended. This seems too open ended. So I think we have to attack this. What happens if this is, say, yeah, the square? Then this would be 8, right? You would have a 1, 9, 1, 9 pair. Does that give us anything, though? Hmm. Seems fine. Doesn't seem to detract from anything. Well, we would know that the 8 would have to be here, so this would be 8. But that doesn't really tell us very much. Hmm. Mm. 15, 18. We've already got the 24 and the 31 and the 35 in count. So it's just the 8, 15, and 18 possible, plus the entropy rule. Hmm. Okay, so say this was the actual one, right? Then this would have to be 8. One of those would be 9. Yeah, it doesn't tell us anything. Can we eliminate not having an 8? So say it was here, right? Then this would be either 2, 6, or 3, 5. I don't think that gives us anything. Maybe it does, but maybe I'm just not seeing it. Hmm. Excuse me. Hmm. Sandwich between the digits 1 through 9. Okay, so yeah. I think there's got to be a lot of lifting on the entropy rule, but unfortunately, I'm not that familiar with entropy rules, so I'm not certain what that entails. Uh, hmm. 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 Okay. kind of stuck right now. I think it has to. Okay, either I just don't. I don't. I'm not seeing anything just from the entropy rule though. That's the problem. It might have to be the interaction between the sandwich and the entropy rule, but I'm not seeing it right now. That's why I was trying to make an assumption that, like, say that was the one or the other 109, and that was the other 109. Maybe it has to do with the 24 column or rows. If you have 24, you have either 3, 6, 7, 8, or 4, 5, 7, 8 in the row. Hmm. I don't think that tells us anything though. Hmm. 3, 6, 7, 8. It's either 1, 1, 1, 1, or 2, 4, 5. That's actually very interesting. So if this was 2, 4, 5, where is the 6? All of these are taken care of for the medium. But where is the 6? It would almost have to certainly be here, right? Because this 2 by 2 box would not have a medium if the 6 was there. This 2 by 2 box would not have a medium if the 6 was there. It could be here. It could be here, right? So this could be 6. So if this was 2, 4, 5, where is the 6? The 6 cannot be here. Oh, this is actually very interesting. So if this is 6, okay, so where is the medium in this? It would have to be, there would have to be one medium here, there would have to be one medium here, and there's only one medium left. So therefore, it'd have to overlap here. So the 6 can only be in one of these 5 spots. Same here. The 6 can only be in one of those 5 spots because of similar reasoning. Assuming, yeah, so if it's 2, 4, 5, that's the case. Interesting. Okay, I'm seeing something. So if this is 2, 3, 6, you have similar logic, which forces the 1 to be there, right? So the 1 would have to be, if this is 2, 3, 6, this would have to be 1. Ah, I see. If this is 2, 3, 6, this would have to be 1 here, right? Because this would need a low and this would need a low. And so there's only one low left in box 7, so it would be here. So similar logic as if you have 2, 4, 5 here, whereas the middle for this 2 by 2 and this 2 by 2, it would have to be here. That's the same logic. But if this was 2, 3, 6 and this was 2, 3, 6, then you would have one force to be here and one force to be here. Therefore, it cannot have two sets of 2, 3, 6 and 2, 3, 6 in this area. Now, if you try 2, 4, 5 and 2, 4, 5 in that area, in both of these areas, you would have to have a 6 here and a 6 here because of the 2 by 2 entropy rule. And that would not work either. So one of these is 2, 4, 5, and one of these is 2, 3, 6. So we know the 6 is one of these here, and the 1 is one of these here. So this is either 6 or 1, or this is 6 or 1. But we know there's a 1 or a 6 here. So this cannot have a 1 or 6 anywhere else in the column. So this can't be 6, this can't be 6, this can't be 6, And this is why I don't like the corners, because I have to keep removing everything there. But so the 6 cannot be here. This could be 3 though. So one of these is 1, or one of these is 1. The 9 can never be. So say try to have one. I guess it could be 1 9. The 9 can never be here though, right? If this is 9, this would have to be 1. Oh, I guess you could have 2, 3, 4, 6. No, but there's no. Wait, there is a 6. You could have 9, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 5. I don't think that works. So what are the possibilities? It could be here and here for 1 and 9. So if this is 1, this could be 9. If this is 1, this could be 9. So 9 could be here or here. If this is 1, this could be 9, because that's 3. If this is 1, this could be 9. No, it cannot, because we have a 2, 3, 4, 5 and a 2, 3, 4, 5. And if it adds up to, if it's 4 digits, so this is always either 2 digits or 3 digits. So it's either 7, 8, in between. So it could be 1 9 1 9 or 1 9, but it cannot be 1 9. Same here. This could be 1 9 1. That can't be 9, but it could be 1 9 here. Okay, what are the again? Let's go. Okay. So the possibilities are it could be this one and this one, this one and this one, this one and this one, this one, and that, this and that's it. So the 9 has to be either here or one of these 3. It cannot be on the outer ones, right? Because if it's on the outer one, it has to match 4 inside, and that would be 2, 3, 4, 6. But we already have 2 that are 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's not possible then. Okay. So 1 in column 2 is either here or here. So this cannot be 1. 9 could be here, 9 could be here, 9 could be here or here. Oh. This can't be 2. Oh, but 2 could be on the outside. Never mind. 2 could be on the outside. Say 2 is on the outside. It could be 3, 4, 8, 3, 5, 7. 3, 4, 8, 3, 5, 7. I think those are the only possible. 4, 5, 6? Yes, 4, 5, 6. Hmm. So again, if this is 2, 3, 6, this would be, you have some combination of 2, 3, and 6. This would have to be, 1 would have to be one of these 2. Obviously that could not be. Hmm. Can this be 1 is the question. If this is 1, this would have to be 7878. Hmm. Okay, why don't we go through, make an assumption that one of them's 236, and then the other one's 245, and then go from there. Okay, let's make this the 236 one. This is why I don't like the. Okay. So then this would be 245. The 6 would have to be one of those. This is 2, 3, and 6. So this can't be 6. The 1 would have to be one of those. No 4, 5 here. No 3, 6 here. So if this was 1, this would have to be the 9. If this is 1, this would have to be the 9. Okay, what does that mean? So if this is 1, if this is 1, this would have to be 9. You would have 7, 8 here. So this would be 1. This would be 9. So far, this seems okay. This is 7 or 8. So these are both high, which means you have a low and a medium and a low and a medium. Right? Because these are both high. These are both high, which means this is a low and a medium. This is a low and a medium. Hmm. So 6 is here. This cannot be 7 or 8. So this cannot be 2, 4, or 5. This has to be 6 with 3. So then you'd have this is 2. This is 5. That's 4. This can't be 4. This can't be 4. This can't be 2. This can't be 2. So we have a low and a medium. This can't be 5. This is low and medium. This has to be a low and a medium. This has to be a low and a medium, which means this can't be low or medium. So low, medium, low, medium. This has to be high. So that's 7 or 8. Right? So then we have 1 would have to be one of these. Then we have 7, 8, and 9. So this would be low, medium. This would be low, medium. This would be low, medium, low, medium. So this would be high and high, right? Because this could not be low or medium. So this would have to be 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 2. Ah! We have a contradiction. Ah. But that's only if it's 7, 8. If it's 3, I don't think we necessarily have that contradiction, right? The contradiction is that we have 1, 2, and 3 here. This 2 by 2 square then would not, this 2 by 2 box would not work. So it cannot be 7, 8 for the 1. As long as it's next to the 2, right? Because of the entropy rule. So that one is ruled out, period. So this one is out. So this can never be 1. That's interesting, actually. Let's not do that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No 6. So this one cannot be 1. So this one could be 1, or these two could be 1, right? Again, we know the 2 is here. We already knew that. This similarly could not be 1 and 9 here. Oh, this can never be 9. Right? If this is 9, it would only have 2 away, and then you would have 1. This would have to have a 2, 3, 6 combination because this would be 2, 4, 5, and the 6 would have to be here because the 1 is not here. So the 1 is here. So say this was 9. This can no longer be 1 because we've shown that through the... Now we try to make it this way. If this is 9, this is 1. So this would have to be 2, 3, and 6 because that combination forces the 2, 3, and 6 to be here. This is 2, 4, 5 with the 6 here. But again, you'd have 1. You would have 2 or 3, and then you would have the other 2 or 3 here. So specifically, this cannot be 9. And it can't be 1 either, it's 2, so this could be 2, 3, 4, 5, no 6, 7, 8, and no 9. So this is either 9 or one of these two is 9. Okay. Um, hmm. This can never be 1. Right. This can never be 1. If this is 1, it's with a 2, 3, 6 combination, right? Because the 2, 4, 5 has to be on the other side for this to be 6. Right? So this can never... That means this would be 1 with a 2 or 3, and then the other 2 or 3 is in either this 2x2 set or this 2x2 set. And then you would have 3 lows altogether, which is not possible. So this cannot be 1. So we know the 1 is either here or here. The 9 can be here. Okay, so the 9 can be here, here, or here, right? It cannot be here. It cannot be here. Right. So the 1 has to be one of these two. We don't know which. Um, hmm. Interesting. Okay, so say this was the 9, right? Then this would be 1. Could rule that out. This would have to be 1. This would be a 7, 8 pair. Right? The 6 would have to be here, which means this would be 2, 4, and 5. This could not be 2, 4, 5. So this is 2, 3, and 6. So this can't be 4, 5. There's no 4, 5 here. This would have to be a 4, 5. This would have to be a 4, 5. So therefore, this would be 2. You'd have to have a 3, 6 combination here. No 2, no 2. This would be 3 or 6. This would be 3 or 6. You'd have high, high, high. So that's fine so far. And then this would be 1 with 7, 8, or 9. This would be 7, 8, or 9. Okay. So far it's looking okay. This can't be 6. So this would have to be 3. That's 6. So we know one thing, actually, then, if that's the case. So this is 1, 6, or 9, and this is 1 or 9. So this one specifically we know has to be a 1 or 9. Right? If this is 1, this has to be the 9, and it has to add up to 15. If this is not 1, this has to be the 1. So this is whatever this is specifically that, right? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so again, what happens if we make this a 9? So say that's a 9, this is a 1, a 1. This has to be 7, 8. So this is again 6, which makes this 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. Therefore, this cannot be 4 and 5. This can't be 4 and 5, so this has to be 4 and 5. This is the only other possibility for 4 and 5. Therefore, this can't be 2. Therefore, this has to be the 2. So this can't be 2. This can't be 2. 3, 6, 3, 6. This has to be 3 then, because that's the only other possibilities. This becomes 1, 7, 8, 9. This is 7, 8, 9. This becomes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one of these is 4, 5. We have 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this can't be 7 or 8. So this would be low. One of these is low. Okay, so this is low. This sees everything. This is high. So this would be high, medium, low, high. So this would have to be low. So this is low, 4, 5, 2, or 3. This is high and high. This has to be medium. This is high and high. This has to be low, right? Because this square, high and high, one of these is low. High and high, one of these is low. And there's only one low left. So this has to be low. This has to be medium. This is medium. So we have medium, medium, medium. Okay, so there's that. This is medium. This is medium. One of these is low. One of these is medium. This is low. So one of these is low, one of these is medium. Therefore, this has to be high and high. So this is high and high there. One of these has to be high. This can't be high. So this, because you have two lows, this is high. This would have to be medium. So this would be the, medium, which means this is, this is high. Okay, so you have high, high, this is medium. Medium, low, high, high. That's medium. Okay, this seems like it works. So again, this is high. This would be medium. This would be low. This would be medium. This is low, low. These are high. These are high. This is high. This could go either way. This has to be low and medium. This one could be any combination. We have medium, medium, and medium. These are both high. So, okay, this is not high. This is not high. Yeah, this seems fine. Hmm. Okay, so this could not be 3, 6. This cannot be 4, 5. Oh, this has to be low because you have medium, medium, high. So this must be low, which would force this to be a 1, which means this cannot be 1. So this would be high. This has, okay, so this set has all 3. This set has all 3. This has all 3. This has all 3. This is 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 all 3. All 3. All 3. And all 3. Hmm. Yeah, this would be 9. So far this seems fine. uh, yeah, that seems fine. Hmm. What about the other one? What about the other way? What if they're 1 9 there? So this is 1 9 1 9. Let's try going this is 1 and this is 9, right? So 15, it could be either 2 5 8. In fact, actually, it would have to be 2 5 8. Oh, not necessarily. Just we know there's no 6 in between that. Oh, that's interesting. There's no 6 in between. Hmm. So then this would be 6. There would be no 6 here, obviously. No 6. So it's 2 4 5. Um, it can't. One of 7 or 8 has to be here. The other one has to be inside. So this cannot be 2 4 and 5. This is 2 or 3. It cannot be both 4 and 5. Therefore, it would have to be 4 or 5 here. Ah, and we have a contradiction. We have a contradiction. And I think that works both ways. If this is 1, this has to be 9. The 6 has to be here. Where is the 4 and 5 in column 2? You cannot have 4 and 5 be in box 4, because then I'd have to add up to 4 plus 5 plus 6, and the 6 is already here. Therefore, this must be a 4 5 here. And then we need a 7 8. There cannot be a 7. There cannot be both 7 and 8 here, so the 7 and 8 has to be outside, so it would be here. And therefore, the 4 and the 5 would have to be here. The 6 would be here. That would have to be 4 and 5. And then you would have a third 4 and 5 in either one of these 2 by 2 box sets. So it can never be 1 9 here specifically, but I think that also works for the other way around. So say this was a 1 and this was a 9. The 6 would have, again, this would be, so this would have to be 2 3 6 here, right? Because you'd have two lows here, and the 1 would have to compensate to force that to be a 2 by 2 and that to be a 2 by 2. And that can't be 1, obviously, because you have 3 lows within a 2 by 2 square, which is not possible. Therefore, this has to be the 6, and this is 2 4 5 2 4 5. But then the problem is you would have 6 with 4 5, and this cannot be okay. You cannot have 4 5 4 5 here. So one of these would have to be 4 and 5, right? Where's the other 4 and 5? I guess it could be here. Oh, wait. No, that's not. Wait. How did I prove that? Okay, now I'm confused. So if this is 1, this is 9, this is 6. It's no 3, 6 here, no 3, 6 here. No 4, 5 here. This is 2 or 3. The 7 and 8 has to be here, right? The other 7 and 8 has to be here. The other 4, 5 has to be... Oh. Right, because it can't be 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. Let's try it the other way. So say this was 1. This is 9. Um, this would have to be 2 and 3. So no 3 and 6 here. This is 2, 4, 5. 2, 3. This cannot be 4, 5. This has to be 6, actually. This cannot have a 7 and 8, right? So this would have to have a 7, 8 here, right? Because so both 7 and 8 cannot be here because that would add up to 15 already without a third number. So that would be 7 or 8. You can only have 1, 4, 5 here, so this would have to be 4, 5. Therefore, you have a 6, a 4, 5, and a 4, 5 in one of these 2 by 2 areas, which is not possible. So that's all 3 mediums within a 2 by 2 square. So that does not work. Therefore, we know it cannot be a 3-digit 1 and a 9. Therefore, it has to be 2 digits, and because it can't be this and this, it has to be this and this. So this is specifically correct. Oops. This is a 9. So now we know this is a low. This has to be a 1 also. So this is a low. This has to be 6. Therefore, this is a 2, 4, 5 combination here because this can't be 2, 3, 6 anymore. So there's no 4, 5 here. This has to be 2, 3, and 6, so no 4, 5. No 3, 6 in these, in this row. So this has to be 9, which means this is 7 and 8. This cannot be 4, 5, so this has to be 4, 5, and then this has to be 4, 5, right? So we know this is medium. Okay, so we know all 3 of these are high. This can't be 2, this can't be 2, this can't be 2. This has to be the 2. So, yeah, just like we solved. So this is medium. This is medium. This has to be the 3 and low. This is medium. So this cannot be 7 or 8. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7, 8, and 9. This is 1, 7, 8, and 9. No 6, no 6 because of Sudoku. No 3, no 3 because of Sudoku. This is 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. This is 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So this is low. These are both low, so this has to be a medium by entropy. So this is 4, 5, which means none of these can be 4, 5 since we have a 4, 5, 4, 5 pair in box 1, which eliminates the 4, 5s in box 1. So these are all highs. This has to be medium because we have a low and 2 highs. So it can't be 2 or 3. This is a medium, therefore this has to be low because these are both highs. So this is low. No 4, 5, 6. This is low. This is a high. These 2 are highs. One of these is low. One of these is high. Okay. We have 2 highs here and a low, so this must be medium, which means this must be low because this and this must be medium. So this is 2 and 3 here. This cannot be 2 and 3. This cannot be 2 and 3. So this is medium, which means this is a low. So this has to be the 1. So this cannot be 1. This is 7, 8, or 9, and it's a high. Okay. So this grade doesn't, we can remove that. This grade we can remove. This grade we can remove. So anything that's colored, we know exactly what it can be. Okay, so then this 18 can be either 3 or 4. It cannot be 5, right? 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Gray cannot be. It cannot be 2, right? Because two unique digits from 1 through 9 cannot add up to 18. It could be 3. It could be like 5, 6, 7. That works. Can it be 4? Yes, 3, 4, 5, 6 works. Except that this can't. This is 4, 5, 6, but 2, 4, 5, 7. Yeah, that works. 2, 4, 5, 7 works. Excuse me. So we know this is a low and a medium here. Anything else we have? Not really. Oh, so this is 9 and a high. Okay, so we can remove the gray. This cannot be low. This is high. We have a low here, but we don't know which one it is. So it cannot be 2. So this is gray. That can't be 1. This can't be 1 because it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, definitely. So this is out. So it's either this one or this one. And this can't be 1 because we know the 1 is here. So since this is 1, this cannot be the 1 left. Therefore, this has to be 1. Therefore, this is 8 because of the sandwich clue. This is 9 because of Sudoku. This is 1 because of Sudoku. This can't be 8. This can't be 8. So this is also high, which means this is low. So no 5, 6, 7, or 8. It's low. This can't be 8. This can't be 8. These can't be 8. Therefore, the 8's here, so this can't be 8. We know the 8's one of these two. This is no longer low, it's high. This is no longer high, it's low. This is no longer low, it's high. Because of Sudoku, 1, 9. This can't be high. So this is high. There's no 8s here. So this must be a combination of low and medium. One of these is high. This is the yeah, I already did that. This is low. That's medium. Okay. So 1 is one of these. We don't know which. So either of those could be the valid one. Okay, so we've used the 8 rule now. We've used the 15 rule. We've used the 24 and the 24 and the 31. We've used the 35. Now we have to figure the 18 out. Or to use entropy somewhere else. But, So this has all 3. This has all 3. This is all 3. This is all 3. This is all 3. Okay, so one of these has to be low. We also know the 1 is here and it has to be low. We know the 1 is here and has to be low. And the 1 could be here and has to be low. Where are the 9s? The 9 could be any of those 4. Any of... So the 9 is here. And the 9 has to be one of these two. Huh. If this is 1, it cannot have 2 and 3. So it would have to have either, it would be either 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that is possible, right? That's 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be 1. This would be, okay, so let's just say this was 1, right? If this is 1, this becomes a 1, 9 pair, which is fine. Let's say this was 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be 2. This would be 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be 7, 8, 7, 8. Which seems reasonable. This would be low, medium. This would be low, medium. This would be low, medium. It seems fine. Okay, let's say the 1 was here and this was 1. Does that change anything really? Not really. Hmm. Alright, and the 9's one of those 2. And the 9's one of those 2. One of 3 or 6 has to be here. If this is 7 and 8, you have no other highs in these areas. So that's no high in the 2 by 2 there and in the 2 by 2 here. So that's not allowed. One of these is medium and one of these is low. This is high. So this has to be medium or low. Oh yeah, this can't be 7 because this is low and medium. This is low or medium. Let's remove the grays here. So this is low or medium. This is low or medium. This is low or medium. We don't know which. We have 2 highs, right? It could be any of these. Oh, that's interesting. Not too helpful, but we know one of these is 2, right? Because it has to have one low. But that doesn't help us anywhere. The only ones that see those both of these are these 2, these 3, and these 2. But that's not helpful. We know there's one high here, there's one high here, but we don't know where. So again, this cannot be 3 and 6 here. Oh, this is medium. Right? We have a low, low, and a high. We need a medium. So this is medium. These are medium and highs. Oops. Mediums or highs. They could both be medium. Hmm. We know one of the highs is here. Can both be them? Maybe. No. If both of these were high, so one say one of this was high, so say both of these are high. 7, 8, this would be 4, 5. This would be 6. There's no medium in this 2 by 2 then. So one of these is medium, one of these is medium, one of these is high. Okay, so this cannot be high. So we know this is a medium and a low, right? The 7 has to be here then. This cannot be 7 and 8. So this is 7. This is 8 here. Right? Because it cannot be 4, 5, because then that would be 6. There would be no medium in this 2 by 2 area. So we know that. So one of these is 2 and 3. The other one's 4, 5, or 6. This can't be 7 or 8 because it's low or medium. One of these is high. The other one we don't know. One of them's high. Could it be 2 mediums or 2 lows? Yes, it's possible. So there is a low. Bingo. This can't be low. This can't be low. Well, we already have a low here. This specifically can't be low. Because of that, we know there's a low here. We also know this is a low medium pair, right? So the low has to be one of this, and it could be with either of them. But this has to be, this cannot, this is one low, this is one low, that's another low. This cannot be low. So this is green and red, which means we know there's a low here too, but that doesn't, it's not as helpful. So this can't, let's remove the gray. Um, So this is a high. It could be two high. It can't be two highs. One of the highs is here. One of the highs is here. And this cannot be 8? No. Yeah. So this becomes 4, 5, 6 with 7 or 9. We know there's a blue here, but that doesn't tell us anything really. At least one. Could be 2. Again, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No 4 because of Sudoku. No 6 because of Sudoku. Okay. We know there's a blue here, but that doesn't tell us anything, unfortunately, right now. 18. Hmm. Hmm. We know this is a high. We know there's one high here, too. Therefore, all 4 of them are accounted for because this has to be blue and this has to be low and this has to be medium. So these 2 cannot be medium, right? We know there's a high here. We know there's a high here. Therefore, in this 2 by 2 box, we already have 2 highs. So we have to have a low and we have to have a medium. And therefore, that's the low and that's the medium. Therefore, one of these is medium. Well, we already knew that. One of these is high. We already knew that. One of these is medium. We already knew that. Unfortunately, not helpful. So this is also this is 1, 2, 3. This is 2, 3, 7, or 9. Huh. think we have to use probably the 18. All the other sandwich clues are used. The 31 was used. The 35 was used. The 24s were used. The 24 was used. The 15 is used. The 8 is used. So now we just have to figure out the 18. Hold on, let me pause. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay. So, where was I again? Hmm. We know there's a blue here. Oh, okay. We know there's a blue here, and it can't be one. So one of the two or threes here. This is two or three. There cannot be another two or three anywhere on this row because one of these is two or three. The other is two or three here. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 possible, but no two or three. So one of those is blue. Unfortunately, that doesn't really give us that much, but okay, we're gonna remove all the grays because it's kind of confusing right now. We know there's a blue here. So this is a blue-red combo, green-red. Hmm. 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 That's a very interesting interaction, though. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. We know one of these is low, but this still could be low here too. We know these are the same. I don't know what that tells us though. Right? So we know this one is the same as this one. Is it? Yeah, yeah, because this one has to be opposite. So this has to be opposite, which means this is the opposite of that. But then this one we don't know anything, right? This could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Hmm. So this is opposite of that, which is the opposite of that. These are opposites, but that doesn't help us either. These we don't know anything about. We know we have a high here, we have a high here. So one of these is high. Okay, well that doesn't help. Um, hmm. One of those is high, but it could be two of these are high, right? We don't know. It's not helpful. We know there's one here, there's one here. The problem is it could be any combination of these. Okay. So if it's one, oh, that's interesting. Okay. So if this is one, eight cannot be here because you cannot have two and three together. So the minimum you have is two plus four plus five, and that would form 11. And then eight cannot add up to that. So therefore, this would have to be eight if that's the case. So this can never be eight here, right? Either this is one, in which case that has to be eight because there's no other place for eight to be in row six, or this is one, and that can't be eight again. So this can't be eight. If this is one, it could be two, five, and eight together works. Hmm. That's interesting. So if this is eight, that means the eight would have to be here, which would mean that the seven would have to be one of those. Actually, the seven would have to be here. Right? So if either of these are eight, that means this can't be eight. The eight would have to be here. We have two highs here. We need this to have a low and this to have a low. I guess this could be seven. But that wouldn't work because then this would be seven and eight. And therefore, this would not have a high. So you would have to have a seven in one of the seven here specifically. If this is eight, this would have to be seven because it would need to cover here and then here. And then on top of that, the seven would have to be in one of those four squares. If this is eight, we know one of these is high. So we know one of these is high. It cannot have two highs here. I don't think it can have two highs here. Actually, it could have two highs here. There is at most one high here. Because there has to be a high in this 2x2 area. Maybe we can use something similar to that somewhere else. Maybe. Well, we also yeah, this can't be 3, 6 here because of the same logic. That's 7 and 8, right? Oh, I see it. Okay, yeah. That's the logic. This cannot be 7 and 8 because if it were, there is no high in box in this 2x2 box or this 2x2 box here. Same here. This cannot be 7 and 8. Sorry, this can't be 7 and 8 because if this is 7 and 8, um, wait. Yeah. This can't be 7 and 8 because there's no high then in this 2 by 2 box. So only one of these can be 7 and 8. Only one of these can be 7 and 8. Therefore, the other 7 and 8 has to be here. The other 7 and 8 has to be here, right? Because there's no other place for 7 and 8 in column 9. There's no other place for 7 and 8 in row 9. Therefore, we have to have, and you can't have, you could potentially have both, but the problem is then that forces the 7 and 8 not to be here, which means that you have to have two 7 and 8s, which is an impossibility because that means there's no high here. Again, if you have two 7 and 8s here, so if you have a 7 and 8 here, there's no high in these two 2 by 2 boxes. If you have two 7 and 8s here, that means there's no high in this 2 by 2 box. Therefore, there cannot have two 7 and 8, so at least one 7 and 8 is here. At least one 7 and 8 is here. So that accounts for all the 7 and 8s then, which means this cannot be 7 and 8. So we know there's a high here, high. We know there's a high here, and they're both, one of them 7, one of them's 8. This cannot have a 7 and 8. So this has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No 3, no 6 because of Sudoku. But this is a high, this is a high, this is a high, and this is a high. So one of these is a high. One of these is a high. Because of that, we know, okay. So we know one high is here, which means these cannot be high. Ah, I see. There's a 2 by 2 box here and a 2 by 2 box here. They both need a high, but there's only one high left in box 8. Therefore, the high has to be in one of these spots because it has to be shared by this 2 by 2 area and this 2 by 2 area, which is only here. So this cannot be 7 or 8, which means we have three 7 and 8s here. Therefore, this is not high. This is medium or low. Therefore, this has to be a high. So we have 2, 3, 4. This is 7 or 8. We also have a 7 or 8 here, which means 7 or 8 cannot be here, right? We have both 7 and 8s are here. So this can't be 7 or 8. This can't be 7 or 8. Therefore, this is a high. None of these, so we have 2, 3, 5, 6, 2, 3, 5, 6, 2, 3, 5, 6 in 4 cells. So 4 cells have only 4 unique possibility digits there. Therefore, this cannot have 2, 3, 5, and 6. This has to be the high. So this has to be high. So this is 7 or 8. This cannot be high anymore because this is, oops. This cannot be high, so this has to be the medium then. Wait, why is it medium? Because the 2 and 3 can't be there, right? So this can't be 7, 8 anymore. This has to be medium. So that's medium, medium, high, high, high. This could be either, this is a high, one of these is a high, we don't know. This is a low and a medium. Right, and since this is a low and a medium only, there has to be a high in this 2 by 2 square, and the only one left, if possible, is there. So this cannot be the high. This has to be the high, which means this is a 7 or 8. So this is a low or medium. We have one low, one medium. We don't know which one's which. This has to be then, well, we don't know about this. This has to be two lows, right? We have, oh no, not necessarily. So we have, we don't know about this one. So this could be green, and this could be blue. We just don't know. Okay. No. This still could be 1 with 7 or 8. So 1 of 7 or 8's here. That doesn't really tell us much, unfortunately. This is 7 or 8. This is 7, 8, or 9. Okay, so one of these is red. One of these is red. One of these is red. This can't be, so this is blue and green. Hmm. Yeah, let's remove that. So this one we know the structure of completely there. Or not completely, but for the most part. This is blue or green. Right, so that's high. These are all blue or green. This is blue or green. This is blue or green. This could be blue, green, or red. Again, this is blue, green, or red. This is blue, green, or red. And this is blue, green, or red. So one of these two is red. It could be both are red. Again, we have 18. So one of the highs is here. So the orange is here too. Right? This, whatever the pink is, we already have two greens. We already have two, so two mids, two lows. This, whatever pink is the opposite. Orange is here. But that doesn't tell us anything, unfortunately. Hmm. Ah, this has to be low. Because we have two highs, this has to be low. So this can't be low, this is medium. Which means this can't be medium. So the pink is low. Right? This can't be low. So the pink is low. It can't be medium. So the pink is low. The orange is medium. So this is 4, 5, 6. This is 2 or 3. This is 2 or 3. This is 2 or 3. Therefore, there cannot be another 2 or 3 in box 6 because we know one of the 2 or 3 is here. This has to be 2 or 3. This has to be low and medium. This is low and medium. This is high and low. Well, actually, this could be two lows, technically. Okay, let's just not do anything with that one then. So this is two lows, this is medium. This can't be high, so this has to be high. Oh, yeah. So this can't be high, this is medium. So this cannot be 7 or 9. This is 4, 5, or 6. This cannot be 4, 5, or 6. This is 7 or 9. This could be any of those. This has to be low and high, or sorry, medium and high. This is low. Let's just delete anything that has all three because that makes things confusing. Okay. So this could be any of them. One of these is green. This is 1 through 6. No 3 here. No 6 here. Hmm. Okay. We know there's a low here and it has to be a 2 or 3. So 1 here. Hmm. No low here. Oh, and the 1 could be there. Never mind. Okay. If this is 1, this has to be 2 or 3. If this is 1, there has to be a 2 or 3. So there's always a low there. If this is 1, this would have to be a 2 or a 3. Which works, right? Wait, does it? No, it doesn't. If this is 1, this has to be a 2 or a 3 with it. But 3, 6, and 8 only adds up to 17, so this cannot be a 1. Therefore, this has to be the 1 to add up to 18. So this is a low. We know there's a low here. We also, okay, now we know this is a 1, 9 pair because there's no other place for 1 and there's no other place for 9 except for these two cells in box 5. So one of them's high, one of them's low, one of them's medium here, one of them's so this cannot be 8 then. Right? We proved much earlier that the minimum you could have is 2 plus 4 plus 5, which is 11, and 8 does not add up with 11 to form anything anything less than 19, which makes that not possible. So this is 7, this is 8, this is 7, this is 8. Therefore, the only possibility for 8 is here, which means this cannot be 8, which means this has to be the 8, because the 7 has to be here then. So this can't be 7 or 8. This can't be 7. The 7 is one of these two. We don't know which. This can't be 8, so this can't be 7. This is 3 or 6. So the 7's here, which forces this to be 8. 8, not 7. That can't be 8. So the 7's one of those. Okay, so now we have colors. So this is high. This is medium. This is medium or high. This is low, medium, and this one could be high. Okay. So we have 7. 3, 4, 5 does not add up to with 7. 3, 4, 5, 7 adds up to 19, so this has to be 2, 4, 5, 7. So it's 2, 4, 5, 7. So it's 2 here, which means this can't be 2. This is a 3, which forces this to be a 2, which means this is a 3, this is a 2. This has to have a 3 here. This has to be 6. This is 3. This is 2, 3. Again, this is to add up to 18. So 2, 4, 5, 7 is the only 4 set, which with those restraints, that could add up to 18. So now we know this is 6, this is 3. So this cannot be, this is not low now. This is not medium. This is a 2, so this can't be 2. This is not low. This is not medium. So this can't be medium. This has to be low, which means this must be medium for this to work. So this is a 2. So no 2, 3. This is 4, 5, 4, 5. This is a 2. No 2 here. This has to be a 3 because of Sudoku, which forces this to be low. So this can't be 3. This can't be 3. No 2 or 6. No 2. No 3. No 2. No 3. This is the only possibility for 2. So this is 2, which means this can't be medium. So this is low. This can't be low now. That's medium. No 3 or 6 here. No 6 here. This has to be a 3, which means that's the low. That can't be medium. So this can't be low. This can't be 6. Since that can't be 6, the only other possible 6 is here in box 4. So this becomes a 3-5 pair here, which means this can't be 5. So this is 2-4, this is 3-5, this has to be 6. By Sudoku, 4 because of Sudoku, 5 because of Sudoku, 4, 5, 4, 5, Sudoku, 5, 6, 4, 6. This can only be a 4 because of Sudoku, so this is not the high. This has to be the 8, and it cannot be medium. There's no 3 here. Because of Sudoku, this has to be the 2, this has to be 4, which means that can't be medium, this can't be low, this can't be 2 anymore, so this is the 2, so this is not high, this can't be low. No 2, no 4, no 4, this has to be the 4, this has to be 7, which is the high, which means this is the medium, 6, no 4, 6 here. This has to be 3 because of Sudoku, because that's the only place where it can be. So no 4, no 6. This becomes a 5-7 pair, which forces this to be 4. So this can't, this has to be 9 then. This is 6. This has to be 7 because of the 1-5, 1-5 pair. That's a 5 because of Sudoku, 7 because of Sudoku. No 7 here, no 7 here. No 7 here. This has to be a 9 because of Sudoku, because the 7 eliminates it. So that's a 9, this is a 7, this is a 9, this is an 8, 7, all of this because of Sudoku. 1, 9, 5, 3, 5, 1. No 4 here, no 4 here. Okay, let's color everything correctly now. This is not low, this is not mid. This is mid, this is high, this is high, this is not mid, this is high, this is mid. Okay, this is not low. This is not high. This is not mid. This is not low. Okay, so this has to be a mid because of this 2x2 square. So this cannot be high. This cannot be mid, which means this cannot be mid, and this cannot be high. So this has to be the 5. This is the 7. This is the 5, and that's the 7. And that's a solution. Very clever. I really liked. There was a couple of times where there was the break-in was made a lot of sense. Very clever puzzle. I really enjoyed it. That was a very fun puzzle. I struggled through it a lot. I guess I don't know Entropy that well because I was struggling through a lot of the Entropy parts. But I think that eventually we got there. Very clever break-in with the 24 sets and forcing the Entropy to be a certain way. I don't remember what the next break-in was. The next break-in, it was somewhere here. I think it was the Entropy stuff. Oh, it was this part. It was figuring out that you couldn't have. Yeah, it was the Entropy part with specifically box 8 and box 6, which allowed us to force only 1, 7, and 8 each into here, which basically cleared out box 9 for what we needed to do. Very clever, very clever. I love the setting. It was great. Little struggle throughout everywhere, but I mean, you know, what's life without a little struggle? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.